Jason Bateman, sir. You're very welcome to Dublin.
Thank you.
It's always appreciated when you guys come over for the premieres.
It's nice to be invited. I'll go anywhere. Clearly.
No, it's a very funny film. You must be proud of it. It's very much balls to the wall comedy.
Yeah.
And,
well, there was really no reason to make sort of the soft version of the body swapping movie again.
Yeah.
That that's been done, and no one's made it for the adults. So here you go.
Yeah. And I was speaking to Ryan Reynolds for Green Lantern a couple of months ago, and he was saying as soon as I mentioned the movie, he just started laughing.
Yeah.
First of all, and he was saying you guys know each other 10 years.
Yeah.
So was it a while before you found a project? Well, obviously it was a while before you could found a project you could work together with. But why did you settle on this one?
There was another project that we almost did, and that would have been fun too. But it certainly wouldn't have taken as much proper advantage of our relationship as this one is, because first of all, we have to be best friends in this movie, and we also have to rely on one another to. First of all, we're handing each other characters, so there takes a lot of partnership in that, and also we've got to come up with a lot of funny chemistry. There's a lot of bickering between us, and you have to be able to like that person in order to fake that you're fighting. Because if you don't like that person, sometimes the bickering can get a little uncomfortable. Because it's supposed to be funny.
Is there a danger though as well that you could mimic each other? So you're not mimicking Ryan, you're mimicking the character. There's a thin line there between, doing both.
Well, any sort of mimicking or impersonations would be pleasantly accidental. I don't think Ryan and I are really talented enough to do that. We don't really do impersonations, and so we decided early on that we wouldn't even try. And also, if you're going to come see an R-rated movie, you're just looking for a few laughs. You're not looking for any sort of Daniel Day-Lewis acting chops there. It's like let's get on with it. So we just tried to play our versions of a dumb guy and a smart guy, and then a smart guy and a dumb guy, and hope that there's some overlap.
Is it important as well that pretty much from the opening frames you're seeing exactly, you're getting exactly what kind of movie this is with the baby, and in your face we won't go into details, but
sure.
So the audience know exactly what they're in for, that this is what type of movie this is going to be. So when you read the script at first, was that like, okay, this is the type of movie this is, and then you're either on board or you're not on board?
Yeah, that was definitely a good signal that this is not going to be Freaky Friday. Yeah, early on they literally hit you right in the face.
And it is really all about the execution now, and that's something that Ryan said as well. He says, the setup, you said Freaky Friday's been done before, but it comes down to that hasn't been done in an R-rated way or a more adult way. So is that something as well that you were like, okay, this is how it's going to be different. It's going to be executed different, and it's going to be myself and Ryan playing off each other. Yeah,
Ryan and I don't really. Family-friendly comedy doesn't really make us laugh, and so this is something that we both really wanted to do. You've got the writers of The Hangover, you've got the director of Wedding Crashers, and if you like those movies, I think you'll really love this one. I mean, there's a few elements in the film that are going to make some people uncomfortable, but I think that's what you want when you go and you see something that I think here it's 16.
16,
is the rating. You want to be a little uncomfortable at times, and we get you ready right off the bat.
I mean, there's some home truths in there as well, of course, with yourself and Leslie Mann's character. And Leslie does some really good dramatic work in the middle of it, and a lot of people wouldn't be expecting that.
Certainly don't come looking for a lesson with this film, but there are some things that do seem pretty true to life and close to home. So it's not just all stupid, crap flying everywhere, literally. There's some stuff that's actually sort of surprising and real, so I'm proud of it.
And I mean, of course, you've worked with Judd Apatow briefly before on Forgetting Sarah Marshall and stuff.
Just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit. It was a really funny cameo. You would have seemed the perfect marriage for you to work with Judd Apatow. For whatever reason, it felt like that had already happened. Is there anything in the pipeline, or would you and Judd like to work with each other? You know each other, I'm assuming.
I'd really love to work with him. Yeah. I think I've even asked him a few times if he would please hire me. But I'm sure he hears that all the time. So he certainly knows where to find me if I seem to fit anything that he's got coming. I'd jump at it.
I mean, you're having a cracking summer as well. Horrible Bosses was just out too,
Yeah.
very recently, and I know you've been doing the rounds promoting that too, and that's very, very funny. Are you going from film to film? Are you literally, or are you taking some time off in the middle? I know your wife is pregnant. I know you have a young daughter as well.
Yeah, well, I haven't done anything since we finished Change Up, so you'll get a nice break from me for the next year. But I think I'm going to start something when I get back home, something smaller, also kind of comedic. So
Yeah.
next year we'll probably be pretty busy, but this year's been pretty quiet.
You're very much leaning towards the comedy stuff, though. I mean, you've done the drama stuff and done it well before. And are you going to go back down that route, or it's whatever the role is, if the role is good?
Yeah, I'd love to. You just have to be invited. You have to be
Yeah.
asked. And right now, a lot of comedy stuff's coming my way, and I love to work, so I take what I get.
Cool. Jason, thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Pleasure to
Thanks.
meet you.